Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of the Suzette Speak Show. I am TV host and attorney Suzette Speaks, coming to you live from Miami, Florida. This beautiful, Monday night. It's about 9:20 Eastern Time, and I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite YouTubers. If you have never seen her, you are going to be just as impressed as I am. You ever seen somebody on YouTube that you just thought, wait, she's actually really skillful and she got it all together and she is super talented. Well, that's my guest tonight. I am going to introduce you to, for some, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Y'all better believe it. She is a self-taught. I'm going to ask her all about it. She talks about her upbringing on her show. Daughter of immigrants, came to the United States, lives in Georgia, and has been on a weight loss journey, or I would just call it a healthy uh, lifestyle journey, would be more accurate. And when I caught her vis-a-vis, I guess, the chats on other people's channels, I saw, Maggie the Substitute Teacher, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. What does that mean? But I'm going to give it away a little bit here, y'all. She does a great job making sure that she's cooking meals, and this is why I'm so impressed. She's cooking meals directly in front of her audience twice a day. Right. So when she actually eats and when she's actually getting ready to put a meal together, she does it in front of her YouTube audience, y'all. And they are watching her step by step as she prepares the meal, puts it together, and she makes it with healthy alternatives or substitutes without compromising flavor. Let's go. I don't know about you. I am not the best cook, right? I can put something together, right? But to do it in a healthy way while also making sure it's full of flavor and tasty and delicious, that is a talent in and of itself, right? So she comes, I think, from that home style, homegrown chef, and she has taught herself how to use new ingredients, be creative, do things in a healthy way. And I have given her somewhat of a challenge tonight. I told her I'm embarking on my new healthy eating lifestyle. Help me, God. And she's going to make a few dishes for me. And I'm excited about it because if you know, like I know, it's not easy to make kale taste good. It's not easy to put that broccoli and cauliflower together and make it taste nice. But she's been doing it and she is down, I forget how many pounds in her own journey. So not only does she talk the talk, she walks the walk. And I'm so grateful to have her on tonight. And before I bring her on, I'm going to say hello to the chat because, again, watching someone on their own personal journey moves me. She doesn't have to share it with YouTube, but she is. And the fact that, again, as she's preparing her meals in her kitchen, y'all gonna see it tonight, as she's doing that, she's sharing it with the world, her actual meal prep, her actual food preparation. It's amazing to me. I don't know how I would be cooking. I can talk for hours, but cooking, plating, preparing, sauteing, seasoning, putting it on the waffle maker, adding the cheese, and then she has so many great ideas about how to cut calories, how to cut sugar, how to cut unwanted fat, salt, etc., etc. Why she puts it together, y'all. I'm amazed by her. I'm grateful she's here tonight. I hope y'all came hungry. I'm glad I ate a little something before I started the show tonight. Came from a networking mixer. I've been telling you guys I'm back on these streets here in Miami. So I'm here just having a relaxing conversation with my sister on YouTube here tonight. And I hope you guys are excited because you're in for a treat. We're going to welcome for the very first time to the Suzette Speak Show, Miss Maggie the Substitute Teacher. But before we do, let's see who's in the chat. Let's see who's up late. It's a late night for me. Like I said, just came from a networking event. Decided Maggie, it's probably going to be a little bit later than what we thought. And she was like, no, cool, 9 o'clock. Yeah, cool. It's whatever. So yeah, I am so happy. Maggie's in the building already. RM. Hello, everyone. So happy to cook for you. She says, welcome her, follow her, go to her page, check her out. I feel like she's such a dynamic, just personality. cooking and otherwise. Great storyteller, great engagement. And I didn't tell you this before, Maggie, but your voice is just pleasant to listen to. The tone and timbre, as they say, those of us who have studied vocals, I'm like, dang, she got a great voice. I could just listen to her. But on top of that, she's making good food, y'all. So if you are interested in cooking healthily in a more healthy way, right? Not compromising on taste and flavor. You got to follow her channel. I'm trying to get my life right, y'all. It's not easy to eat right all the time. I was eating out far too much. I'm like, no, this week I was eating today hummus and broccoli for my snack. I am really doing it. I am shocked at myself, but I definitely could use her expertise to bring me into the plant-based but tastes good world. So if you're excited as I am, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. If you came over from Maggie the Substitute Teacher's channel, she calls her followers scholars. If there's any scholars in the building, give me a hashtag scholar in the chat. I'm so excited to have her here tonight. Some of you guys, hey, Veggie, nice to see you. Seek Amethyst in the building as well. I saw y'all over there. I was kind of like checking her out over the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, every day she's live twice a day while she's making her meals. I mean, her family's in her house. She's all around, preparing. And I was like, goodness gracious, we got to highlight people that got some skills like Maggie, the substitute teacher. Chef Shabina, oh yeah, I love me some Maggie. He says, we broke bread. Oh, wow. At lead attorney's event. I wonder. Yes. Yeah, they had a meetup in ATL. So they did get to meet. So that you keep winning with your great selection. Listen, I got some good people. Shout out to Gail at Night and others who are putting bugs in my ear. Shout out to TJ Randolph and all of y'all who I speak to who are like, yo, this person is pushing. So we're here to encourage one another. We're here to gain knowledge from this at-home cook expert, but it's always great also to share your platform with just good people. So I'm really excited to have her on. As you say, we trying to select. I've been trying to go back to some of the collabs. I was a little nervous, but I'm back at it. And there's some interesting people coming up this week. Next week, I have Talk with Tori Saturday. Tomorrow, I have Kirk Anderson, 6. We're going to go a little earlier, 6 at night. Tomorrow on Tuesday, talking about, Watch Out for the Big Girls, the show with Lizzo. Y'all heard about it? Yeah. So he's a fitness and weight loss expert. We're going to talk a little bit about that show. But we got some good combos coming up. Courtney Michelle, I'll see her very soon. Several others. I'm not going to give away everybody, but we're going to keep it fresh and exciting and interesting for all of you. So hit the like button as you come in. You know what to do. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, welcome. This is the Suzette Speaks channel on YouTube, but again, I simulcast on the Suzette Speaks platforms. So whether you're watching on Facebook or you're watching right here on YouTube, you know what to do. We like the engagement. Hit the like button. And again, tonight's topic is sharing cooking tips from our very special guest YouTuber, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Are y'all ready for a cooking lesson? I can use one. Help me, oh God, with this plant-based journey I'm about to be on. But I'm going to do it for as long as I can. I can't promise y'all anything. But my exercise game has gotten better. But the eating part, when they say as you mature, like it's 80% what you eat. So I have to really focus on that now and get that in line to get to the goals I want. So all of us have goals, I'm sure, but I know it can be difficult with all of the fast food and, we're all on the go and many of us are just busy and we're not able to, or we don't think we're able to do a 30-minute meal, a 20-minute meal that's healthy and tasty. Well, Maggie has some solutions tonight. I'm really excited. So drop a comment again. Let me know where you're watching from. I see you, Seek Amethyst. Yes, I met Mona D. She's one of the moderators over on Maggie's channel. Welcome, Mona. Nice to see you. Lisa says, here to support Maggie. Oh, she brought the scholars. She did bring the scholars. Who's excited? We're excited. Everyone's excited. I can't believe I asked her to do a late night cooking show just for y'all. And she said, yes, y'all. So definitely go check out her channel. She's fabulous. Again, I was like, gosh, she cooks with such ease. The kitchen setup is the bomb. And she's showing you each kitchen appliance or gadget she's using, why she uses this cheese and not that cheese. I felt like, dang, maybe I can cook better. I can't cook better than what I Y'all not coming to my house though, but I'm saying for our future kids, our future families, this is important. Good nutrition. And I realized that. And as I'm going on my journey and I've been reading, they were like, most people overeat because what they're eating is low nutrient. If you're not getting nutrition, you could eat a bunch of stuff, but your cells are still crying out for where is my food at? Where is the nutrition? Right? Micronutrients, these words. All right, Sue, get off your soapbox. But I realized I'm one of those people eating empty calories. Oh, I told Maggie when I was visiting over on her channel over the weekend, I drink empty calories. Y'all judging me though? Y'all judging me? I love a juice. Lord have mercy, help me with my Welch's, jeez. You know that passion fruit? Y'all don't know about that purple box, that pink purple passion fruit. Dang you. Welch's, this is the lot. I'm at the end of that darn bottle and I won't be buying no more. I can't stand it. But she was putting us on, or putting me on. Her scholars already know about skinny mixes and things like this. I was like, wait a minute, I could probably get sweet without the calories, without the extra sugar. So every little bit helps, y'all. We're going to get a wide breadth of education tonight. Hit the like button. I'm excited. It says, Seek Amethyst, the lioness, videography. Nice to see you, sis. Glad you are here. Ladies first. Titanium. I noticed the name. I remember that from over at Maggie's channel. Welcome. You brought them scholars, girl. Put your location in the chat. Atlanta, Georgia, in the building, says Seek. Arizona. Cool. Titanium is in Arizona. Nice to see you. Detroit, Mona D. The D is in the building. Miami, Maria, welcome. Maria, really, people? I love it. Great name. Nice to see you. Maria says, hey, just warning, I'm not going to last very long. That's all right. I have to be up at 4 o'clock, girl. We're not going to be here probably past 11. I'm like, Maggie, we got to get started. So let me bring her up. I love saying hello to you. You guys know how I do. I'm very friendly looking at what you guys have to say. I have some super chats. Let me get to those and then I'll bring up Maggie, the substitute teacher, our woman of the hour, Miss AKA Lady, one of my Patreon members in the building. Scholars, hey, scholars. Okay, God's girl. She's letting us know they're in the building. That's what we call Maggie's, since she's a substitute teacher. Okay, I know it's corny. I love it. Yes, we have all of them in here. Where I can't get to the super chat. Let me go down. Scholars in the building. Thank you so much. Big Bad Bull. I know you've sponsored Maggie. Nice to see you. Say, hey, sweetie, as Suzette speaks. This live is truly a blessing. Thank you so much. Thank you for being over here. Doug, I see you. Ace Butterfly. My people in the building. I don't even have a name for my people. I was calling them my squad, but I thought that was a little played out. We got to come up with a name, guys. The people who watch me and support me. Yes, she seems very calm. I love watching her. Yes, this is what I've been eating. Hummus and broccoli. Only Jesus had me today. I was like, I'm actually eating this. I ate a cucumber, a whole cucumber with nothing on it. Just biting a cucumber. And I thought to myself, this is not my life right now, but I'm in a cleanse phase. I'm following a program, so I'm in a cleanse phase. Scholar, says Seek Amethyst. Holla, says Titanium. Scholars. They got a call and response, y'all. I'm not even ready. But shout out to all of you who are here, ready for a fun show. This is really, like I said, girls chat. Light, easy, breezy. Gentlemen are welcome. I say girls chat, but between two ladies getting to know each other, because I've learned a lot just listening in. If you have a big appetite, try adding protein, mixed leafy vegetables, romaine and spinach will help you. Girl, I got a bag of, I hope you brought that kale, Maggie, because I got a bag of kale in my fridge and I'm just not excited about, you know how kale always just seem rough? Like even when you try to cook it down, like the restaurants, sometimes they put it in soups. God's girl says Scholar is present. I see you, Sunbreeze. Good evening. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here tonight. Y'all, we're in for a fun treat tonight. Queen Regina, I got to get past it. I'm just trying to get to the two super chats as well. Gail at night. Wagwan, my sister. Big shout out to Suzette and Maggie. I brought my own plate. I love it. Glad you did. I did eat a little bit before I got on here. Some more broccoli and hummus, a little piece of salmon. But I got my hot tea in my grenading cup. Ginger tea, if you must know, to kind of cool my stomach while I listen to her cooking all this fantastic food. Y'all go support Gail at night. Drop your channel links, my love. And she has some fantastic shows as well as being a fantastic moderator when she can. So thank you, Gail. Salute. And I appreciate your generosity tonight. Also, DLC in the building. Thank you on the super chat. What's good, Suzette? I got my, you did. your stream deck today. No, I didn't get my stream deck yet. I'm getting it though. I think I'll be able to get it by the end of this month. Thank you. By the way, I'll be in Miami. Listen, DL trying to do like hangout hookup. Like we try. Let's offline that. Let's do the show. I don't have any events this weekend, but let's talk offline. What's up? Let's go. DL in Miami. Love it. Maggie makes it tasty and fun. Lisa, I can't wait to like try some of her recipes out. I'm going to be ninja watching her a lot because I really need help figuring out different combinations of things. I find out when I eat healthy things, I eat them in the most boring, bland, sometimes tasteless way. That's why I was like, they said eat cucumbers. I just ate the cucumber. I just peeled a thing and just clip, and just ate it. I didn't know what to do with it. Besides put a little salt, a little piece of Himalayan pepper on it. But to make things taste good in a uniquely healthy way, I need help. I absolutely need help. So she is right on time for me. Doug says he's weaning himself into more plant-based. That's the plan. The next 30 days, help me God, I'm going as hard as I can for as long as I can. Prep your meals at night so you have a homemade breakfast and lunch. That's a great idea, Ace. I'm trying. Hey, Ebony, nice to see you. NYC in the chat. Y'all know I can do this forever and ever. So let me, without further ado, South Florida in the house, Lisa, nice to see you. Titanium says, it's dinner time here on the West Coast, so this is perfect. Fawcett Media say, let's cook. Nice to see you, Fawcett Media. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for hanging out. What's good, y'all? Uncle Stu, nice to see you on the super chat. Rah, rah, rah. Thank you, sir. Always wonderful to see you. I saw you 2 places today while I was at a networking event, still looking at my YouTube and dropping in the chats. Guys, I love so many content creators, but there's only so much hours, so many minutes, so many seconds in a day. So I drop in when I can. I saw Uncle Stu over at Intentional Millionaire. I hope he will come over here as well as some other brothers I'm watching. But yes, Uncle Stu with the super chat love. He says, here to support Maggie and Suzette. Salute to you, sir. Go check out Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. It's a lot of camaraderie among us here, and I want us to keep it, so I appreciate all of you who are supportive. And again, if you don't see me, don't think it's a lack of love. It's just lack of time sometimes during the day. But I'm going to keep, we got to keep the link, and I appreciate everyone who supports one another in this space. Gail says, I have a Jamaican ginger beer every day. Girl, we're going to have to find a low sugar version of that for you. And I'm sure Maggie could do that. We might put that out to her as a challenge. But everybody love the passion fruit juice. That thing is full of sugar. It's awesome with vodka. If you drink white or brown, but I'm not gonna go to that dang passion fruit juice. Life of Cash, Tampa Bay in the building. God's girl, Charlotte in the building. For sure. Stay away from that high fructose. I'm trying. Yes, the high fructose corn syrup and Welch's. First order of business. Did I throw it away? No, but I think I'm probably gonna throw it away. It was at the end, y'all. It was at the end, but I had a very clean eating day. Oh my gosh. Salmon and asparagus, hummus and broccoli twice, cucumber, berries, raspberry with sour, blackberry, some strawberry, and some green smoothie I'm drinking. I had a very clean day. I probably start breaking out or something because I done ate clean. And lemon water. Yes, Ace, lemon water and some green tea. So we working on it. New year, new me. I'm just trying to give myself grace a little bit at a time. We're not going to, Rome wasn't built in a day. Don't buy pre-made snack, girl. I'm trying to clear my house of it now because I like popcorn chips. I like salty. That's my thing, crunchy and salty. I'm not a very sweet. I mean, every now and then I want something sweet, but that salty and that crunchy, like fries, I can go on and on, but we're here to, hey, who is that on the super blacklets? Nice to see you. Punch, it's a breath of fresh air. Thank you. Much success. Thank you very much for being here. Call them the Zets. The Zets. I don't know about that. Yes, watch the oil and hummus. I bought the organic and I didn't buy any flavor. I like a little roasted red pepper or something. I just bought the plainest one, lowest calorie one, no extra flavoring. Yes, the sugar is the devil. I realize that sugar is what gets you. I don't know about the Zets. I know. Yes, it is. Ebony says it. Yeah, that's what gets us all, all our organs. Sugar is such a culprit. But shout out to everyone in the chat. I appreciate oatmeal, wild salmon. I'm trying to find the wild one. Yes, I've been buying a farmed one unknowingly. I just bought what was on sale, so I got to do better at that. Via says it's going to be a great show. You drumming up my appetite. Listen, we talking food. We're talking healthy food, and we're talking good, healthy substitutions tonight. Quinoa, I just bought a bag of that. I don't know how to make it good, but we're going to follow a recipe or two. Maybe ask Maggie. Yes, your A says your food has to taste as good as it look. That's the thing. Presentation is very important. You got to plate that thing. Shout out to the intentional millionaire. I was just calling your name, brother. Good to see you. Was listening in while I was networking earlier on my way in there. But appreciate you. He has a fantastic channel. He had Sir Hale Speaks on. Perry Unlikely tonight, as well as Wealth Engineering. My boy, Wealth Engineering was in the building. Masterful panel about inflation and what to do with your money, etc. Very wise. I love you. Thank you for being here in this space, and I hope we can collab. Let's go. We want to bring new voices here onto the Suzette Speaks channel like we're doing tonight. So I could talk to y'all all night, but we're going to have to move into our guest because she got to cook, y'all. So without further ado, lots of love to this special lady. Thank you for accepting my invitation to come on over. Y'all welcome for the very first time to the Suzette Speaks show, none other than Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Rah, rah.
Hey, Suzette.
Y'all get a gander. Y'all get a gander. Let me move the comment. How are you, Maggie?
I'm wonderful. What about you, Suzette?
I'm excited to have you. There she is. I'll remove the banner just so you guys can see. She has a whole setup. And I said, dang, anyone who is this committed, who can talk, cook, entertain, make you feel like family, I got to highlight her and see what she got going on. So thank you for being here. Can you introduce, I kind of did, but introduce yourself to the folks and tell us what you do.
Absolutely. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, Suzette. I am Maggie, your substitute teacher. And like I always say, I'm just a mom and a home cooker. That's what the boys used to call me. I'm a boy mom times two. I am a home cook. I'm a former corporate executive, but I love being in the kitchen. I was raised to cook, and I've been on a health and wellness journey. And the substitutions are just about changing out the foods that I used to love for foods that love me back. I get inspiration from everywhere, and I like to come up with recipes because what I've learned is that it's not about what you eat from time to time. It's about what you eat all of the time. So I've made changes in that area.
I love it. Y'all get them likes up. Y'all, I wasn't even supposed to bring up the guest time. I get my likes up, but you know what to do. I get a little over here. Hit the like button first and foremost, y'all, so most people can see this and it will pop in the algorithm tomorrow. Also, after the video is posted, go back under the video. That helps us, whether it's on this channel or her channel, that helps us. So comment below the videos after they're posted, not just in the chat. That helps us get seen by more people. So appreciate again everyone being here. A pleasant good evening, or if you're watching a replay, team replay, hit the like button. Thank you for being here. And we are getting into the kitchen of none other than Maggie the Substitute Teacher. So Maggie, I want people to know, and I put some of your bio because I think it's good when people are grounded. People understand who you are, where you're from. So quickly, just tell us how you grew up and how you end up in Georgia.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, I am the daughter of immigrants. I was born in Ghana, West Africa. So my family came from West Africa, like most immigrants, to the United States for opportunity and education, which brought them to the University of Georgia. So I grew up in Athens, Georgia, on the university campus in that little bubble of academia. And I have a very small nuclear family, mom, dad, me, and brother. And it was just, the expectation that when I grew up, when my mom was cooking, I was in the kitchen with her, whether I wanted to be or not. And I just remember the way that I was raised and the expectations that were set, not just getting good grades and well behaved, but being able to run a well-functioning home. And so once I got up, it's kind of like that thing where you train up a child. And now that I'm on my own health and wellness journey, I'm finding creative ways to use the skills that I learned to improve the choices that I make in food.
I love it. I'm reading the chat. You know, I be busy in the chat. Sorry, I'm like reading as I go. You brought the ladies and gents, the scholars, as they call themselves, those who are a part of Maggie's community online. Since she is a teacher, they are the scholars learning. And I just love the concept that as you are going through your wellness, almost transformation, you're
Mhm.
bringing us along. So tell us a little bit about that transformation. Where did you start and where are you now?
So to answer your question, I'm down 75 pounds
Woo!
with like always, I know, right? With
That's a
at least
lot.
5 more to go. It is a lot. I struggled with weight my whole life. I was the one that was the only one that was overweight in the family. Everyone was normal size. So since I've been a kid, I've been on and off diets. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
And just, life happens. And then as we age, the weight problem turned into a health problem. And so I
Mm.
was pre diabetic, borderline cholesterol, elevated blood pressure, and all of these joint pains and different things that I thought was just getting older until I found someone that actually looked at me, my metabolic specialist. When she looked at me, she said, you're really not that big. You just have a lot of inflammation. And I
Mm.
never heard that before. And so I did a food sensitivity test, and I have a list of foods that my body tolerates well and a list of foods that my body doesn't. So I just work within my list of approved foods, and that's where I get these recipes from.
Oh, so you did a full metabolic test because I've heard you speak about it since I've been listening in
Mhm.
on your show. So metabolic tests are costly. Just so if anybody, I left the website in the description, but is that something that is covered by insurance or is just telling you what your allergies are? Like, what does it mean exactly?
So I don't believe it's covered by insurance. The one that I did, I used my HSA to pay, and I've shared on
Okay.
how there are different opportunities to, get this information. So I am working with a metabolic specialist who has her own practice. So the test that I did in her office was two-part. It was a cheek swab on the inside with like a long little Q-tip thing. She just swabbed around and then put it in a Ziploc bag to mail it off. And then she actually took a few hair samples from the back just to see, because your hair holds things for a long time,
Ah.
just to see what minerals and metals were in your system. So the combination of those two gave me my list of foods that I actually keep back there on the fridge. And that's how I did my test. I know there are mail order food sensitivity tests that you can do like a finger stick and mail that off. I have heard people can get it done at their doctor through, a full, nutrition panel. That's not what I did, but I've heard about it. So it may be covered under someone else's insurance.
Wow. This is the first y'all let me know if you've had one. This is very interesting. I'm interested. Coming in, y'all hit the like button. Welcome. I am Suzette Speaks, TV host attorney with my special guest today, none other than Maggie the Substitute Teacher. She is a YouTuber just going over her personal story before she warms up to cook now. But telling us how she ended up being, in the kitchen. So your mom cooked a lot
Mhm.
as you say, and so you just thought, this is a common practice, this is what, nurture I saw, and so that you have become, basically that, center or main event, I should call you, for your family as far as making sure every meal was home cooked.
Mhm.
Now, do you just enjoy it, or is it force of habit? Is it something that you really are passionate about? No, I'm getting in your business because you're so good at it, but sometimes people are like just accustomed to do a thing, and then other people have like a joy of doing the thing. Is that for you, or are you just accustomed to it?
I think now I am accustomed to it and now I enjoy it. But like I said, I mean, when I was 9 or 10 years old, I was in the kitchen. I wanted to be playing like any other kid. And I
Yeah.
remember hearing, who's going to cook for your children, Maggie, if you can't cook? And I was like, I'm 10. Like, what am I supposed to say to them? So it was just the way that I was raised. But then, you grow up, you get married, you have a family of your own. And, it's just, you kind of go back into autopilot, like, learning how you ride a bike. I had to start like everybody else. I burned stuff, I got stuff wrong. I over salted. I mean, sometimes I still mess up. The first live stream I did, I burnt the pancakes, but I ate them anyway because that was my meal. But yeah, we all start somewhere. But what I've shared with my, my scholars is that growing up and having a weight problem, I associated food that I wanted to eat with food that wasn't good for me. And in order to be healthy or, like the way my body looked, I had to eat food that I didn't want to eat. So part of the joy that I have now, especially when I'm tasting food that I've made that I actually like, knowing that I'm working within my list of approved foods, but then making it in a way that I can actually enjoy it, because that's the key. Any of us who have struggled with weight, you can go on any program, they all work. But the problem is when you get off the program and you go back to eating the way you used to, we know the weight comes back and more. So I get so excited because I know this is how I'm going to have to eat for the rest of my life. And I accept that and I'm happy about it now.
Well, real quick before I let you get to work, do you feel, and I just was so curious when I actually started tuning in, I'm like, this is pressure, man. I hate like the pressure I feel, and I just get up and talk. And you got a whole kitchen set up, all the utensils, you turn around, you go, they're gonna see you in action. Oh yes, you're moving around, you're talking, you're cooking, you're spinning, you're doing all these things, and you're making multiple meals like you're gonna do tonight at once. Is that pressure? What is that? Do you just now, this is just what I do, or is it something that like I want to get to? Is it a craft? Did you watch somebody? Or what gave you the confidence, I guess? Because I wouldn't be able, like, they know they asked me for cornbread, salad, maybe potato salad every now and then. I know what I bring to Thanksgiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the pressure to cook in front of other people so that it looks good, tastes good, etc. How do you overcome that?
You know what? I just kind of do it and just run through and think about it later. It is pressure. It actually wasn't my intent. So you had a few questions in there. I'll answer them for you. So where do I get the inspiration? The story that I always tell is when I started my health and wellness journey with my metabolic specialist, I would always cook my own food and then I would post the finished product online on social media. I've been doing that for years. And then people would say, "Did you make that?" And I would think, yeah, I made that. And then I realized people thought that, maybe it looked too good to be homemade. So then I started posting the before picture, just the raw ingredients that I have, and then the finished product. Then people would say, "How did you make that?" So then I would go back in the comments and I would comment on my post about first you do this and then you do this and then you do that. And people would always say, "Oh, Maggie, you need a cookbook. You need to make a cookbook. When you make a cookbook, I want an autographed copy." And I was always just like, "Oh, you guys are nice. Thank you for the compliment. Maybe one day." But I never really thought about it because I do work. I work from home, gratefully. But a combination of things, people saying that I'm really good at it because funnily enough, my mom is a retired home economics teacher, now called Family and Consumer Sciences. So I grew up with the African Martha Stewart. So the bar was set very, very high.
I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so combination of people saying this, and then I have to give credit to TLA. I'm new to his channel. And when I heard the lead attorney say, "Anybody over 35, you have knowledge and wisdom that people need to hear. You need to start a YouTube channel." And so it was just one of those things that I was like, finally, okay, I'll start a YouTube channel.
Mm.
So my first YouTube videos were really just me narrating over the pictures that I had already been taken. My phone is full of food pictures. And then one day, one of my scholars actually said, "Are you going to do any real cooking demonstrations?" I never thought about it. And I said, "Well, okay, I don't have the equipment. I mean, it's just me in my kitchen, as you've seen." And so I just turned on the camera and started recording, and whatever happens, happens. But that's kind of how we got to where we are. And now I'm having fun with it. We have a great community. They support me. And the rest is, I guess, history.
Girl, that's fire. I hope that encourages other people to step out there. Again, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all together. There is an audience and a community for everyone, which is really crazy and also gives you some hope. Shout out to Rosalind. All right, we're going to turn it over to Maggie right now on the super chat. Enjoying your channel. Great guest. Thank you. Appreciate your support, sis. Appreciate you giving this wonderful gift as well as your support and apparently enjoyment of the content. That means so much. Thank you so much. We try to mix it up a little bit like we're doing tonight. So Maggie, are you ready to do the honors? Girl,
I am.
I'm excited just to watch her work. Like, if you've never seen Maggie the Substitute Teacher in action, tonight is your night. We're in for a treat. So where do we start, my dear? What you gonna start with?
Well, I've got a lot of options. So I had a couple questions for you. I like to challenge myself to what people are asking for. So I know you're on your own journey and you plant-based. So I'm not a vegetarian. So you mentioned that you had salmon, you have had, I don't know, do you eat eggs?
I do.
You
I
do?
do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've got a couple of options we can do. It's totally up to you. We could do a smoked salmon bagel substitute. We can do a veggie omelet, a veggie quesadilla, an omelet with veggies and smoked salmon. We can do beverages. I could do fried apples. I've got lots
Oh,
of different.
Jesus. All right, now I'm hungry. Yes. Fawcett says she's got to eat. She's just sharing it with us. Yeah, this is true. It's a great concept, though, y'all. Yes, we are cooking tonight. We're ready, Life of Cash. Thank you. So, what y'all want to see her make mosaic with TJ Randolph? Nice to see you, my love. I saw Chantel Simone. Big up my sister Chantel Simone in the chat as well. Saw you there earlier, darling. Thanks for being here. Oh, the lead attorney is in the building. Thanks for stopping in, Lee. He says, two beautiful Black women doing their thing. Well, she doing her thing. I'm just talking. She's doing the heavy lifting tonight. But thanks for being here. Shout out to the lead attorney. Appreciate you coming through TLA. Salute to you, sir. So, oh no, because I'm plant-based,
Okay.
I want to do something that is like heavily, I don't know. We could do something with an egg, but I would love to do something without an egg that tastes good.
What about a veggie quesadilla? Do you, because I know you mentioned goat's cheese before, so
Yeah, we could
a-
do it with the goat cheese. I can't have cheese for the first 30 days,
okay.
but I would be able to have goat cheese afterwards. Let's
Okay.
go for it. Let's go for it.
Absolutely. Okay. So do you want me to just kind of walk everybody through what I'm doing, or I can mute myself?
Girl, I'm gonna take myself off this screen and you're gonna do a Maggie show. Ready, set, go. I'll pop back in momentarily, but you know what I'm saying. Just how you would normally start your stream or how you want to flow. I'm following you tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for being here. So we're going to do a veggie quesadilla for Suzette. I'm going to saute some peppers and onion and mushrooms. We've got some spinach. We'll probably put some fresh tomato or maybe do some like fresh pico at the end. We'll do some goat's cheese. And one of my favorite substitutes, all of this is going to be in a cassava tortilla. So let's start with the veggie prep. I'm going to wash my hands and put on an apron. This is just what I do in my show. So I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm excited, y'all. Are y'all excited? I'm like, she already moving around. You see this? The one I'm talking about, she like moves around and she's like actually cooking. I'm like actually cooking while we're watch. She's not leaving anything out from you know. I see it with the Maggie on there from start to finish. May I ask you a couple questions while you prep? Ace Butterfly asked, you know, with your mom being a home economics teacher, did she also teach etiquette?
With mom being a home ec teacher, did she also
teach you etiquette?
No. Yes and no, not formally, by being an amazing mom and an example and a lady and a matriarch. So a great lead for me to follow. But I actually am taking etiquette courses and elegance training because I do want to represent our community well and age gracefully. So
no way you taking them now. Good girl. Shout out. There's still always a lot to learn. That's exciting. So she's taking her etiquette class, but I know what you mean. When your mom is just a stately woman or wonderfully, you know, brought up in rich, what should I say, tradition, it is always great to just have a wonderful teacher. TLA talking about, she said fried apples. Damn.
Oh yes, fried apples.
I seen her making it. It looks good, and it looks like a treat.
It is. So you can use, and I have it here. I'll just show the ingredients, but we're going to do our veggie quesadilla.
Okay, let's do that first.
So just regular old apples. You can also do a whole apple. You can peel it and slice it. You can core it, and then butter and brown sugar. But I have my butter substitutes because I can't have cow dairy. So I use goat's butter. Looks like butter, cooks like butter, tastes like butter. And then instead of brown sugar, I use this Truvia. This is brown sugar blend, 50% brown sugar and 50% stevia.
I gotta start using that.
Down by like half. You can still eat a lot of the same things, but my scholars always know I'm talking about beverages and condiments. So you can make changes with what you put on your food and what you drink and avoid a lot of calories. So
TLA see her like talking about Suzette with her diet once Maggie to cook sizzle water.
What is sizzle water?
You just being funny.
Oh, it's funny. All right, so I've got some vegetables already from before. I can't remember what we made with these, but I'm gonna chop these up. I've just got a little bit of yellow pepper, a little bit of red pepper, nice sweet fiber. I've got a little bit of red onion, and then some mushroom, spinach, and tomato. So let me get my knife. I tried to set everything up all professional so that because usually I'm ripping and running back and forth, but to answer your question, a big part of it, like I always tell my scholars, is to help keep me accountable, because I'm getting closer to my goal, and we all know the closer you get to the end, it's kind of like sometimes things slow down and it gets harder. So when I started doing these live streams with my cooking, I was like, you know what? Here I am opening my big old mouth that I'm going to get the rest of this weight off. What better way? This
Accountability.
Chopped our red peppers. I'm going in with the yellow next.
Lovely.
All I do is I kind of wait until I'm live to eat. So I eat 2 meals a day. So I live stream twice a day.
That's what when you said that, I was like, is she being for real? So when you gotta eat, as Fawcett says, you just go live and you just start cooking for us. Wow. And cooking for yourself, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah. So I actually eat the food that I'm preparing. It's not just for show. And this is not a cooking show where you just open the oven and it's done. If I burn it, that's my meal.
You like said it, and again, Life of Cash says, I just subscribed to Maggie's channel. I love food, cooking, and inspiration. Thank you, Life of Cash. Salute the Seattle Black veteran in the building. Yes, he's talking about sizzle water. Y'all let me
If you need a cocktail substitute, I've got that too. We can make a little spritzer with sparkling water.
Yes. Get rid of my sweet drinks from me, Maggie, because that's killing me softly, them sweet drinks. But go ahead.
Absolutely. No, I'm just showing you guys. I've got some mushroom here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these up. Just going to get all of our vegetables prepped. This is something, like I said, that Mom taught me as far as, fresh is best, but let's face it, we're all busy, we all work, and I've been there. I used to have that 2-hour commute each way, with the big corporate job and all that. And so I completely understand. But if you are able to prep a little bit, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So we've got our mushrooms chopped, we've got our red pepper, and we've got our yellow pepper. But whatever you can do, like on the weekend, so that you have your meal prep containers, you can grab and go. You can put it in an omelet if you want to. You can put it in a soup if you want to, a quick salad. That saves time. And it's just, one of the little hacks.
And a question for you, Maggie. Fawcett says, dang, I got to see her at the grocery store in the video. So I know you mentioned that you do a lot of ordering. Tell us how you do shop for groceries.
Yeah, I don't go to the grocery store. And, one of it is maybe because I'm, just spoiled a little bit. But one of the things I learned about myself, I'm bad about impulse shopping. And I will go, how many of us have gone to the grocery store for like 1 or 2 items that we need and
spend $150?
Or I would see like a beautiful display of Oreos, because it's my problem.
Yeah.
I end up buying and bringing stuff home that I don't need to have. And, I'm amicably divorced. And so it's just me and the boys. So it's like, I'm responsible for what comes in this house. And I can't make excuses about, oh, well, I just ate it because it was here. No, I can do better. All right. So we've got our red onion cut up, our yellow pepper, red pepper, and our mushroom. I don't think I need to chop the spinach, and I'll dice a little bit. We'll leave the tomato because I'm going to do pico. And this is exactly how I am in my show. Like
thinks aloud.
This or not. I'll do a little bit of tomato. I'm just thinking, when it cooks down, sometimes it makes the tortilla a little soggy. So we'll just do a little bit, and we'll do the fresh pico on top. But so I am a big believer in the delivery services. One, because, I do work from home. I don't leave unless I have to. And, all of them, whether it's Walmart, Instacart, Shipped, Amazon Prime, you're going to pay about $100 for the year. But for me, the breakdown of $2 per week. It is so worth it for me to get the ingredients that I need, left on the front porch. So if I'm going to indulge, I go out intentionally, eat whatever I'm going to eat if it's a special occasion. But at home, I keep the stuff I'm so
That's
sad.
smart. That's smart. No temptation. They said new like we kept talking about new channel, new show title, random ingredients. Won't she make it? Lisa says Maggie has all those drink mixes too. What type of mushrooms they're asking. They call it chat and chow over there. The
Yeah,
scholars do. RM says she just subscribed.
thank you.
Yes. Guys, go over and support her. Thank you, RM, one of my fantastic moderators. Is dropping all her links, so make sure you go over. So it's a 365. Let me make you bigger.
This is just a Whole Foods brand. This is just the store brand. I say use what you have. If you want a great snack for mushroom, if you get a portobello, and of course take the stem out and then scoop out, the little fins on the inside. And if you like pizza, if you like Italian flavors, then you can put some pasta sauce or pizza sauce inside, sprinkle it with the cheese of your choice. If you can have dairy, then use mozzarella, put a little bit of Italian seasoning or oregano on it, put it underneath the broiler. It's just like a cheese pizza. Oh, you could do that with tomato and eggplant too. All right, so what I'm going to do, I've got your extra virgin olive oil because Suzette did give me her list of what she can have. I use coconut oil, but I'm going to use what you can have. And I'm just going to saute these veggies down. So I'm putting a little bit of oil into the pan. When you're sauteing, that was a little heavy. I'm going to take some of it out. You just want enough to kind of coat so you don't have any hot spots or dry spots so the food doesn't burn. I've got this little cooktop here that I got, so I'm like fancy. I've got this glass cooktop, but I am going to go over there and make your quesadilla. Let's get started on your veggies. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put in the mushroom, the onion, and the peppers, and we're going to go ahead and soften those down. And while this is sauteing, then we'll shred our cheese, and I'll show you the tortilla I'm going to use for you.
Fantastic. I love you see how she just spits ideas, y'all, while she talks. I'm like, oh, I gotta write that down. They're like, yes, in the chat. I love mushrooms. Fawcett says that makes sense. My grocery store is in walking distance, but they don't always have what I need. Work from home wife Atlanta. Good to see you. Sis says she just subscribed. Wonderful. Make sure you go over to Maggie's channel. Go check her out.
So we got our veggies. I'm just going to go ahead and salt and pepper them now and let them just kind of soften down. If you like the fiber and the roughage, you can absolutely have them raw. But in a quesadilla, we want that like melted, like ooey gooey experience, or at least I do. So let's get a little bit of salt and pepper. You can use whatever you like. That's what I tell my scholars. So we're just going to salt a little bit. And then fresh black pepper. If you have the sprinkle one, use the sprinkle one. That's totally fine. Use what you have. We all start somewhere. It is totally fine. Now with the saute, all I'm doing is I'm just moving them around in the pan so that nothing kind of sticks. And then we're going to shred our cheese. Someone made a comment about the store not having what you need. That was another thing that I struggled with, because once I got my list of approved foods, I'm new to this stuff, y'all. I didn't even know you could get cheese from goat's milk or sheep's milk. I mean, who does that, right? We grow up eating what we eat. So this is year 3 for me. So for the past 3 years, I've kind of been on this journey, if you will, of finding the ingredients that I can have, that I want to have. Because that's a big part of it too. Because how many of us have had stuff you're like, oh, I'm suffering through it. So I've tried a lot of stuff. Whew, pop me. Hey, this is what we do.
Be careful.
I know.
Awesome. We have a super chat. Who is that? Big Bad Bull in the building. I have been watching Maggie for 2 weeks straight, he says. I am so locked in. She is truly an angel. That's how I felt. I was like, this is magic. I'm watching magic. Like, that's how I feel. I could be watching, what's her name on the TV. Like, this was the quality I was seeing. So shout out to you, Big Bad Bull. Thank you for your wonderful gift this evening. But I felt the same as you, my brother. I was like, She's not, no small fry. This is great. Good stuff.
So I'm going to taste a little bit of mushroom. That's one thing that mom taught me. Always taste your food. If it's not raw, taste it as you go. Don't wait to put everything together and you're like, I don't like it. So I'm going to taste the veggies to make sure that we've got the good seasoning in there. This is a little bit of mushroom, and always have your tasting spoons separate from your utensils that you cook with. So I've got a little container over there of tasting spoons. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I get excited.
Me too, girl. I dance when my food tastes good.
I haven't eaten yet, so these are
Nice.
down nice in the olive oil. So I'm just going to let them continue. You guys can see here our veggies are softening down. So I'm going to turn this down, and we're going to shred our cheese. I'm a cheese person, but when I found out I'm sensitive to cow dairy, I was like, no yogurt, no cheese, no half and half. What am I supposed to do? There's a lot of non-dairy and plant-based substitutes. So we always talk about beverages and condiments, but I'll show you one of my absolute favorites when you can have goat's cheese. And this is what I do on my show. I hold up what I'm using. So this Leclerc, you can see it's a block of cheese, pepper jack cheese. It's a great melting cheese, and I have one out that we're going to shred. Ooh, the veggies look so good. Did I bring it out? 1 second.
While you do that, I'll do a quick reset. Y'all, I'm here enjoying this fantastic YouTuber right here. Her name is Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Please go check out her channel. She is making me a special quesadilla with goat cheese and some wonderful mushrooms, peppers. If you're just joining, hit the like button. Go back and watch, because she shows you from like prep to finish, as she's moving around the kitchen, as she's getting the ingredients, as she's putting them together, putting oil in the pan, like the whole 9 yards. I felt like I could be a better cook watching you, sis. I'm really excited. So turning back over the mic to you, but I just wanted to interject for those just joining. Hit the like button as you come in, guys.
Absolutely, no problem at all. So I had some goat's milk pepper jack cheese already. You guys can see it looks just like cheese. I'm just going to shred it by hand. I have a crank shredder. This is something that I learned on my journey too. There's nothing wrong, literally, I'm just shredding cheese, y'all. There's nothing wrong with buying already shredded cheese, but when you're trying to eat as clean as possible, one of the things that I learned is that cheese that's already shredded has extra ingredients in it to keep it from clumping together. And so, if you want to try and avoid the artificial stuff as much as possible, you can buy a block and you can shred it down. To me, it tastes better and it melts better. But I always tell my scholars, look, do what you can, start somewhere. I've been doing this for a long time, but we all start somewhere, and I had to learn. So there's nothing wrong with that. So use what you have. All right, so we've got our vegetables nice and soft. We got our cheese just about done. I'll show you guys what we have. Because one of the things that I do, Suzette, as far as the inspiration, I cook for the family. And for example, my signature dish, which is my Maggie cakes, which is just a blueberry pancake, but it's dairy-free, gluten-free, and sugar-free. I know it sounds crazy, but it's really yummy. All right, so we've got our cheese shredded.
Fawcett said goat cheese sponsorship loading.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Fawcett. Yeah, so, and our veggies are done. So I'm going to turn this off and unplug so you guys can see. And I'm going to take them out of the oil. So we've got our sauteed veggies here. You can see mushroom, peppers, onions,
That looks so good.
whatever vegetables you like. So
And that was like 2 minutes. That was so good. Jeez.
And you can do that. You can go ahead and saute your veggies down and then have them in meal prep containers. So if you're making an omelet, put your extra veggies in. If you're making, like a sandwich, like a panini, right? You already have your sauteed veggies. You can put them in. Tonight we're going to do a quesadilla. So I just wanted these to be already softened. So I'm just taking them out of the oil, and then we're going to move to the fun part, the actual making of the quesadilla. So I just put them in this little gravy boat. This is what I had. You can use whatever you have. All right. So now what is a quesadilla without a tortilla? I'm very excited about this. There's a substitute that's been approved for me that I love telling people about. It's a cassava tortilla. I'll show you.
Did you make that? When you said cassava tortilla, do they sell that in the store?
Girl, I bought this. No, this comes from Whole Foods. I have one, I think, from Amazon that's already open. Let me grab those.
Lead attorney says, tell Maggie I'm coming over. Lee, so play Suckle Suck My drop the link. You're not coming up here so good.
Over, Lead. Amethyst is coming over. I've done cook-alongs with Lisa, who's one of my scholars.
Ooh.
So I love to cook for people and cook with people. And actually, I'm very excited, you know, when Amethyst comes over, or if I ever cook for Lead one day, because my palate has completely changed and I think it tastes good. I love when other people say, this is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Snuggles talking about why I'm not cooking, because she is the chef. This is her show, guys. Appreciate it, though, Snuggles. Thank you. Lee says, I need some of them fried apples for real.
That's coming right up. I'm going to So we'll get our quesadilla done for Suzette and then fried apples for you next, Lead attorney. So this is what I'm using, la tortilla. And you can see here that it says
made with cassava.
Cassava flour. Cassava is a root vegetable. So this actually counts as a vegetable for me. But you can see it looks like a tortilla. It's a little bit craggly, but it gives you the tortilla experience. I've made fish tacos with these, breakfast quesadillas. Tonight we're doing a veggie quesadilla. So absolutely love this. This is an option if you can't have gluten, which came up on my list. I can't have dough and flour. As much as I love bread, it doesn't love me back. So we've got some examples there. All right, so I'm going to get a nonstick.
This is wonderful, y'all. Thank you. Ace says you could try spelt flour as well. Very nice. Lee say he coming over for real.
Come on.
I love it. Lisa says Maggie will have you buying foods from everywhere. Amazon on deck. I love it. I love trying new things though, so that's fantastic.
Absolutely. And Lead attorney got on to us in his class about these affiliate links, and so I'm starting to do that because turn on the camera and start, you know, cooking, because usually I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But you know, when I recommend stuff to people, I'm putting the links there so people can find it. Because of course, people are going to ask, where did you get that?
Right.
All right. So for our quesadilla, I'm using a nonstick. So for the vegetables, because I had olive oil, I used stainless steel. But for the quesadilla, I'm using nonstick. And I've gotten the medium size skillet because you want to make sure that your tortilla is flat enough. So we'll do half and then we'll flip it over. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll go ahead and build it here. So again, just a tortilla, and I'm putting it into a dry skillet. You can butter it. You can oil or spray if you want to. In my opinion, when you put the cheese, it already leaks out a little bit of oil, so it's fine. Plus, I like those dark, you know, circles that you get just from a dry skillet. So we're going to build our quesadilla for Suzette. So we've got our goat's cheese that we just shredded. So I'm going to put that all over. So that's our first step. And then we're going to get our veggies out. The sauteed veggies, I'm just going to scoop them up in here so you guys can see. They're nice and seasoned and softened. So we'll put those. And you see, Suzette, I literally have to hold this up because one of these days I'll have some over-the-counter equipment, but this is what I do for my scholars. I literally just show them step by step.
Yeah, it works though. For now, it works. Yeah.
Hey, Lead said start somewhere. I am a follower of his course, and I'm just doing what works. So I'm trying it, and we're going with that. So we have our sauteed veggies in here. I am now going to do the fresh tomato that's still on the cutting board over here. Just a little bit of fresh tomato. And again, you can do as much or as little as you like. So we've got enough here. We're going to go ahead and put this on the stove. I'd say about a medium, just so that the shredded cheese starts melting. So let's go ahead and do that.
Well, y'all better hit them like buttons because this is some real cooking.
Absolutely. All right. All right, while
Oh,
that's going, I'm going to get started on Leeds apples. This is a great snack or dessert. So let me clean as I go. That's something
love
that
it.
taught me.
Love it. While she does that, I'll do a quick reset, y'all. Welcome. We're here in the kitchen with the one and only Maggie, the substitute teacher. I see plenty of her scholars in the building. If you are like me, you watch the show and now you're hooked over there, please go ahead and subscribe to her. She has so many unique and fascinating cooking ideas, and she makes it look doable, y'all. It's not wouldn't say easy, but definitely doable. And she loves to bring healthy options to the table, which is something I struggle with, making sure your sugar, your salt, your fat, and even all the other restrictions. Now tell me, are you on like a keto yourself?
No, I'm not keto. I know it's funny. I get inspiration from a lot of keto recipes, but I'm not in ketosis. So, what I'm doing, I call it an elimination diet, which just means I've eliminated the foods that came up on my sensitivity list. So, all of the
Mm-hmm.
substitutions basically came from when I got my test results, which was the cheek swab and the hair sample. Surprisingly enough, it was a lot of the foods that I eat every day, all the time: chicken,
Wow.
coffee, citrus, dairy, gluten. And I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to eat? So,
That your body wasn't metabolizing?
you know what? Like I always say, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a home cook.
Okay, but it wasn't working with your system.
Yeah, and I didn't
Ooh.
know. And this is the thing. Let me, and this is what I do. I'm starting with butter. For me, it's goat's butter.
Yeah.
But if you can have cow dairy, we're going to put butter. I'm starting on the fried apples for lead. So I just have another stainless
Okay.
here. And I'm going
Okay.
to go ahead and do butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. So I'll show you guys that. And then I'm going to get back to the story. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I found out, Suzette, is that
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of stuff that we all eat all
Mm-hmm.
the time, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't know that you're having a reaction to it. For example, some people have migraines. They don't know why. Some people have really bad eczema. They don't know why. Some people have joint pain. That was me. I was limping along all the time, and I'm like, I'm older, but I'm not old. I'm 46, and I'm like, I hate being the last one, pulling up the rear, hobbling along. I'm just like, this is not a good look. It was inflammation. Some people have, bloating, weight gain, all of these things that we just say, oh, I'm just getting older. It's so hard, we're getting older. And like I said, when I saw the metabolic specialist getting a spoon.
I just said this, Chantel Simone. She says Maggie has the sweetest voice. I said it at the top. I said it's very mellifluous. I could listen to her all the time. It is wonderful tone and timbre. Thank you to my singers out here. But anyway, as you were saying,
Thank
so
you. Our butter is melting in the pan. So yeah, and I'm just moving it around. So again, we don't have any dry spots or hot spots. So we just start with melted butter.
y'all hit the like button, please. Mm-hmm.
And then brown sugar, if you can have it. I'm using this Truvia brown sugar blend. So it's half brown sugar, half stevia. But yeah, and so I do this all the time.
Sorry, we were talking about
Inflammation.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You remember?
So the store, yeah, I know. I lose my train of thought all the time. But hey, my scholars rock with me. So you can see here our brown sugar substitute. It gives you the brown sugar experience. So we're waiting for our butter to melt down. So it's now foamy. So now we want to go ahead and put in our brown sugar, because butter can go from like solid to melted to sizzling to like burnt.
To burn quickly. Yes.
So I'm just going to kind of stir this around so we have like a nice little syrup going with butter and brown sugar. You can do this on butternut squash. We're doing it on apples now. Okay, so back to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yes, all of these things that here's what happened. And this is why I knew, okay, this is really something. All right, so our brown sugar has melted down. Now you can just put the apples in here or any warming spice that you like. I'm gonna do cinnamon and nutmeg. So we've got some just regular Walmart cinnamon. And let me go ahead and sprinkle in here. And then we'll do some nutmeg too. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. Oh, our quesadilla. Hold up.
So they were asking one quesadilla is a serving. Mm-hmm.
So if you guys can, I don't want to lose it. You guys
Be
can
careful.
hear our cheese has melted down.
Yes,
I'm trying to hold it up. Okay.
Beautiful.
So I'm literally, I know I should reach in here with my hand, but I'm old. Okay. So I just flipped it over and I'm just going to let it continue to brown. I think I want to put a little bit more cheese inside for that ooey gooey. Okay. Hold up. Got a couple things going on here.
I love the transitioning. Yes. I heard of the elimination diet, says Ace Butterfly. I believe you're supposed to reintroduce the food slowly in moderation. Interesting. Let's see.
Okay.
Yes, cut the stress. That also helps the body heal. Does she use ghee? Do you use ghee as well?
I don't. I use goat butter, but I saw ghee on your list. Okay. So leave it.
Yes.
Your apples are going in, the butter, brown sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg. So I'm just going to stir. We're going to let these soften. So here's what happened for me. So I got this list and I was like, okay, it can't be real, right? I'm supposed to cut out all these foods. And that's where the substitutions came from. So I started substituting things that were on my no-no list for things that I could have. So for example, turkey instead of chicken, almond milk instead of cow's milk, tea instead of coffee. I literally just went cold turkey because I'm like, well, I've tried everything. Flip it, smush it. The quesadilla, okay, you press yours down. We'll see. I'll take a look at it. Let me go over there. So what I've done with the apples, I've just kind of coated them in the cinnamon sugar. So I'm going to put the top on them and let them soften, and we'll go check on the quesadilla. I'm coming back to our story.
I love it. The chat is lighting up. They like, give me that ooey gooey. You want to be starting something. I love it. Tip, never go grocery shopping when you're hungry. This is very true.
Ooh, apples smell yummy. All right, let's check on our quesadilla. All right, as you guys can see, I don't know, can you see? It's nice and sizzling there. So I'm going to take a look because my mom taught me to cook with all of your senses. You don't just set it and forget it when it comes to time. You want to look, listen, feel, and everything. We got a beautiful brown. You see that? That's what I was going for. And that's why I didn't put any butter in the pan. So we want to let the other side brown a little bit, and then we'll cut it and put some salsa on it.
No smush necessary?
I didn't. I say do what you like. I tell my scholars all the time. I'm like, hey, if you like it, I love it. Okay, so back to the story. So I'll show Lead your apples, what's happening right now. You can see they're starting to like brown a little bit on the edges. So we want that. I'm going to turn them flesh side down or fruit side down and let them really kind of simmer in there while I tell this story. Okay. So I was like, this food sensitivity thing, I'll give it a try. So I got rid of all the stuff that was on my no-no list and started these substitutions. And I told you about everything I was dealing with. I had this bad joint pain, all of this stuff. And honestly, I was taking like 8 to 10 Tylenol a day. You know, it started with 2 and then 4. Quesadilla, we don't want to burn it.
I'm about to say, go get that thing. Nice.
All right, I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. I want the same brown, but this is what we have so far.
That looks so good. Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to let it sit just a little bit so we can get that nice brown. Okay. So I did the elimination diet, and I had this really bad knee, like from an old like sports injury. You know, injured when I was traveling. Ooh, Lee, these are looking good. Look at these fried apples. Ooh, hot.
Girl, hot. Don't burn yourself. Sis.
I know. Hey, I tell my scholars all the time, this is not a real cooking show. Whatever happens, happens. So I did the elimination diet. Within 48 hours, I woke up and I'm just walking to the bathroom like we all do. And I realized I wasn't limping because I had gotten so used to popping a pain pill and I didn't like where that was going. And I had gotten used to like, my knee was bad. You know how you kind of hobble along? You have to kind of take it out to loosen it up. I had that long corporate commute, all of that. And I had just gotten used to this is just getting older, right? So All right, let's let these apples sit a little bit and brown.
Are you on medium with the apples? I want to ask you what heat.
Oh, yes. I'd say a medium low as long as you keep them moving, because the butter and the brown sugar, you do want some browning. So I'm going to let them sit for a minute while we tend to our quesadilla. You do want some browning. And I'm sorry, guys, I put the top on it just to kind of keep the steam in there to let it soften the apples. If you want them al dente or a little bit firm, you can keep the top off, but I'm going for that like crustless apple pie, and then we'll put some like non-dairy whipped cream.
Oh, I'm ready for it. Hey, Mixed Master Miko just coming through. Lee talking about he want to hear an accent. Well, that cassava, Jamaicans know about that cassava. So just I was gonna say goat milk. My mom grew up on goat milk in the mountains of Jamaica. So that's very common.
Okay, so I think we're good with our veggie quesadilla. Now, if you do eat protein, you can do chicken quesadilla. You can do whatever you like, shrimp. If you have time, I saw on your list, Suzette, you can have organic free range chicken. Yeah. So you can buy like the whole chicken and rotisserie it. Okay, that's a thing. Or you can buy it like already rotisserie. That's a great time saver for people.
I saw you do it on the show, girl, with that spigot.
Lead attorney told me to do a show about my top 5 appliances. So I did that yesterday and we had a lot of fun. My son was in it.
I watched some of it. And go back. I did have that question. I did see Ace Butterfly ask what are her favorite kitchen appliances, time savers. That was the show, her top 5. That waffle maker thing. I was like, I need one of those $12.99 waffles. I need one with that egg and cheese waffle that you made.
Yes.
I'm coming for it, sis. I that helped me already. So go start watching her shows.
So you guys see one side of the apple, and I'm going to turn it around. So we want to get both sides of the apple that have that nice, like, cinnamon sugar kind of thing going on. Okay, back to the story. So let's let these brown some more.
Life of Cash is Italiano, al dente.
Okay, so Lead wants them al dente. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'll finish the story, and then we'll plate. So 48 hours into the elimination diet. Now, you haven't lost any weight in like 2 days, right? Maybe like a pound or 2. But I got up, even at my larger size, and I wasn't limping around. And I was like, this is weird. All right, let me go ahead and turn this off. I was like, this is weird. Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. But, I'm still going. I'm eating the approved foods. And I started my program in January of 2020. So I know a lot of people have struggled with the pandemic. For me, it's been the reset that I needed because I'm home and I have access to the kitchen. So I told my metabolic specialist, look, we've got this Valentine's cruise. I'm going in February. I started in January. I'm going in February. And I said, it's paid for. We've been planning this. I'm going. And she's like, go, have a great time. And I was like, she seems a little too excited for me to go on this cruise. And so in the first month, I had lost maybe like 10 pounds. And so we go on this cruise. And I'm a big believer of when you're on vacation, go on vacation. I eat what they eat. I had it all. I had real pancakes with full syrup and chocolate and all the stuff that I wanted. The second day on the cruise, I woke up, my head hurt, my knee hurt, my back hurt. All of those symptoms that had gone away when I changed my diet came back just like that after a day of that.
Eating all that darn cruise buffet.
Exactly. And so that's when I realized, there's really something to this for me. And so I did. It was a weekend cruise, had a great time. And then it actually made me want to get back on my plan because I was in so much pain. And I think that was the thing that kind of pushed me over. When it's just about vanity or how you look, there's nothing wrong with that. We all should look our best. Right. But starting to have those conversations with the doctor, I was like, nah.
Pain in your body, pain in your joints, pain all over. Yeah. Nope. I understand. Way to go, sis. Wow.
All right. So if Lead wants his apples al dente, we are done. So I have just sizzled these in the butter and brown sugar. I'll dust them with a little bit of cinnamon. Now comes the fun part. So funny. We're going to plate. So we're going to do our quesadilla with a side of apples and some pico.
Ooh, y'all hungry? Oh my gosh, I'm hungry. Looking great. Maggie, the substitute teacher, doing work.
Absolutely. One of the things that I tell my scholars, I have little simple fancy plates like this, which means I just have one of these and one of a certain glass because we all eat with our eyes first. And so I like to have something that's not just a regular round dinner plate. So I feel like my meal is special. So that's what I'm using. All right, so let's get our quesadilla. I'm going to cut it on a cutting board first so that I can stack it nicely and make it pretty. One second. All right, so we're just going to use regular store-bought medium salsa. Use whatever you like. Whatever you like. Oh, these apples look so good. All right.
You guys are enjoying, hit the like button, please. Maggie's showing you her magic. Goodness.
So
Pretty.
you can make this as big or small as you want to. But again, this is a cassava tortilla, shredded goat's cheese, and sauteed veggies. So dairy-free, gluten-free, and sugar-free. All right, so I'm just gonna cut down the middle of the quesadilla to make a nice little triangle for presentation. Of course, you could just pick it up and eat it if you wanted to, but trying to stay elegant.
Maggie, I wish I lived close.
Absolutely.
I'd be over there like, girl, let's go. That looks so good.
It does. Let me see if I can get you a nice cross section of your veggie quesadilla.
Let me get a close up. Ooh. Ah.
Whoa. All right. So we've got a beautiful first plating. And then let's see, we'll put a little dollop of salsa on each one.
Wow.
Let's see. So we're using this one. This is what was at the store, La Mexicana, medium salsa, for a little bit of heat. If you like mild, go mild. If you want extra heat, you could have put jalapenos or whatever on it. I just like the salsa that's got all the stuff in it. So I'm going to get a little spoon. If you eat avocado, some sliced fresh avocado. I saw that was on your list, Suzette. If you eat dairy, a little dollop of sour cream. If not, there's some plant-based sour creams too.
Plant-based sour cream?
Wow. Kite Hill, and this is what I tell my scholars, Kittehill. That's a brand that has a sour cream and cream cheese made from almond milk. So there are options.
They get that at Whole Foods?
I've seen it at Target. Wow. So I'm putting a little dollop of sour cream on one and on the other. So we've got our two quesadillas. Woo! All right. Woo! All right. Getting excited. So we've got our veggie quesadilla with salsa. Now, Uncle Stu told me I need to do a better job of holding the food up because I would be like, this is the food. Now I'm going to eat it. So I'm trying to always improve.
Yes.
These apples.
RM says, 5 more, please. Yeah, that looks so good. Slice of life indeed.
All right. So I'm going to use, I want to use the white ramekin. Yeah, I will. Just for, one of the things that I don't really talk about, but I'll share, I do have a corporate background. I was a senior manager for the Coca-Cola company here in Atlanta, managing a team at our global headquarters for our campus. And it was like the Google model. So it was like, 7 restaurants. We had a dry cleaner. We had a gym. We had an Emory clinic, all of that stuff. And the team that managed it reported to me. So I learned a lot about white glove service. And so this is part of where.
The ramekin, just the presentation alone, it makes it more special.
Yes.
Putting it in that beautiful dish. Yes.
I was talking so much, I didn't taste one. I'm just going to go in here and just get a little apple just to make sure our sweet and everything. And we're going to put the finishing touch. I'll let you choose your. Ooh.
Yes. I like that response. You got my man Links. Links, nice to see you. Says, I'm married, but this cooking that Maggie is doing got me considering polygamy.
Oh my God.
Yummy. Whoa.
We've got our veggie quesadillas and our apples, but Lead or Suzette, you can choose. There are lots of plant-based options for whipped cream. You can get it made from coconut milk, and you can get whipped cream made from almond milk. So again, non-dairy.
I'm going to get the coconut milk.
Anybody have a preference?
Coconut.
Absolutely. So let me open this up. I ordered this stuff special for you, so I had everything that was on your list.
Thank you. Wow.
And then just for presentation, I love this serve. So we'll put
that's pretty, girl.
Of whipped cream, and then just to be extra, a little sprinkling of cinnamon.
Beautiful. You gotta have a garnish. Yes. Pretty.
Fried apples for you. Suzette, veggie quesadilla for you.
Look at that, guys. Presentation alone. Maggie, I'm hungry. That's so pretty. Presentation alone, sis. People, if you pull up to the table, I do go. He gonna want to leave.
Yeah.
Pull up to the table like, yes. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Yes.
Should I taste it for you?
Oh my goodness. Taste it.
Okay. Because usually I haven't had dinner yet. This is my food.
We're not mad. Go ahead.
So again, like I was saying before, so this is just, you can see your veggies and your tortilla.
I know that's good. I know that's good. Okay, who's jealous right now? Me?
I always take a picture. Take a quick picture.
Oh, yes. She got to feature it. Y'all go over to her channel. Are y'all enjoying this? Hit the like button. I am now inspired with my struggle cooking. Yes.
You can do it. I mean, it's just, look, we all start somewhere. Like I said, one of the things that I do, if I can get to my camera, and all of my pictures for the finished product are on my page on the community tab. Thank you to the scholars and everyone else who helped me get to 500 subscribers. So I now have a community tab. So thank you for that.
Fantastic. Life of Cash talking about some, I may be slow, but I finally realizing why Maggie is the quote substitute. Where you been, Cash?
It's so funny. People are like, but she's not a teacher. Even my parents are like, Maggie, you're not a teacher. I'm like,
but guys, she is. She actually is. I love it. They asked you, how long did it take you to lose the 75 pounds eating with the substitutions?
This is year 3 for me. And I'll be honest with you. I could have done it in a year, but I like to eat and I like to
I hear you.
Enjoy myself. And because, I've done it in the past where you lose weight to go on vacation or get in a dress or what. This wasn't that this time. This was me slowly, painstakingly making substitutions and changes for better health. And I always say the weight is just kind of coming off as a byproduct.
Got it.
So that's why for me, it's been successful. And, just went to Costa Rica for spring break and I had rice and beans every day. And I put on vacation weight and now I've gotten it off because when I came back home,
go right back to it.
Because I actually like my food. If I made this for you, you would eat it.
Yeah, no, girl, you're lucky you don't live down the street. Talking about Miss Masamico, talking about, for a second, I thought she brought her tongue. No, she was exclaiming with how good it was, my brother. He's so funny.
No, I didn't burn anything. But yeah, so
Life of Cash says beautiful presentation. Yes, they were with me with the coconut. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit.
Leads apples. Hold on.
Yes, they say it looks lovely.
All right.
Now the mukbang they want.
So we've got your cinnamon apples with our coconut whipped cream. It's melted a little bit, but I'm sure it's still going to be good.
And think about how few calories that is. That's just apple with a little bit of half and half sugar, half stevia, and coconut. That's like for a dessert as opposed to ice cream or cake.
Exactly.
Goodness, you save a lot of calories.
You save a lot of calories. This is great for the kids. You get that sugar, you get that apple
Fiber, yes.
experience. Now, this one had the skin on it, so it's a little bit firmer. I'm glad Lead likes it al dente. You could peel your apples, or you could do the one, the already peeled apples that come in like the little
Oh, in that bag, yes,
Mhm.
pre-sliced like that. Yep.
Toss those in there. I've taught both of the boys how to cook, so they know how to do, everything. They say tastes better when I do it, but y'all know.
Of course.
Yeah, it's just it's fun for me, and it's my happy place.
I love it. I'm gonna see if there are any questions in the chat. I'm just impressed. You guys see what she does twice a day on YouTube in front of
Mhm.
cameras? This is amazing. Like I am just I take my breath away when I can't even do it for myself. Mona D said, that's as the kids would say, bussin', bussin'. Awesome job, says Lisa. Veggie says, yes, that's dessert.
Mhm.
That looks so good, y'all. And she's actually eating it. It's not
Mhm.
just for show. She's
Mhm.
eating her meals,
Mhm.
preparing her meals. Yeah, it's very interesting that, again, as a concept, I'm like, just eating your food, you need to, do this because you're going to eat it anyway, but just put it on YouTube to take us along is a
Mhm.
beautiful thing. And that was not even, 30 minutes, guys. I think all that was like an hour. Yeah, it's not bad in terms of time. I agree. Chaz Brooks was like, he or she could help you with cinematography and videography. So reach out to her directly, y'all. You see the
Please
links.
do,
You can
y'all.
get her on Instagram. You can get her on all socials. Somebody says, enjoying Maggie's cooking. Looks delicious and light. Yes,
Mhm.
light fare, not heavy on your
Mhm.
digestion, etc., etc.
Mhm.
Yes, Lisa, I am jealous. Trust me. I'm not jealous. I'm joining up. Y'all go subscribe to her because she has some fantastic. I already was inspired. I was like, maybe I can do this. And like she said, sustain it
Mhm.
and not get carried away, and then 6 months later you're yo-yoing. That's a lot of people. All of us have been, maybe if you struggle with weight,
Yeah.
through something like that. But it's amazing that you have been doing this, what, 3 years you said? So pushing. So do your kids eat like you?
I have boys. One is a swimmer, so he eats ridiculous amounts of food, and the other one is in boarding school. He's in military school. He wants to be a pilot, so they're spending more time with dad now. So I'm cooking
Oh,
until they, come home. But they eat everything. And you know what's funny? You know when your food is good when you make, because I still cook for the family. When the boys are here, the Maggie cakes inspiration actually came from, I did breakfast for dinner for the boys one night. Bisquick pancakes, Oscar Mayer bacon, log cabin syrup. I mean, just all that stuff is still here. I just can't have it.
wow.
So I cooked the whole spread for them. Of course, they ate
Yeah.
everything. And so I'm cleaning up and I'm just like, man, I can't have this. I wish I could have, the pancake experience. And so I thought up, my gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free pancake recipe, which is excellent. And now, excuse me, my scholars are even saying, hey, I tried your recipe and it's actually good, which is so fulfilling to me because, like I said, I want to know that other people actually like it.
Yeah, that's what's up. Go ahead.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go through the chat. If you guys have questions for her, now's the time. I'm not gonna drop the link because, again, I promised her I get her out of here. She can come back. So y'all want to know. So if I saw questions about appliances and things and must-haves, kitchen hacks. She does that throughout her show, y'all. So
Mhm.
while she's cooking, she's talking like, I made this before and now I do this instead of this. Now you
Mhm.
might want to think about, if you don't eat this, try this as a substitute. Like, she is
Mhm.
giving all this information, which I find
Mhm.
so intriguing. And again, it takes a lot of skill and talent. I know you say you're just doing what you would naturally do, but your presentation skill is just so beautiful. It's up there. I can see it on any television show. I love it. When I first saw it, I was like, Maggie is the bomb. Y'all, this is not easy to do, for people to talk, cook, and make it look good, and then really eat it, like make you want to eat it at the end of
Yeah,
the day. We'll see if we have any more questions, you guys.
I
Let me
really
see.
um
She is the GOAT, says Lisa of teachers. Yes. Um, no weight loss assistance. Did you do anything in addition to changing your diet?
no. So for this program, like I said, the 75 pounds, and part of the reason why it is slow, I think I lost 40 pounds the first year and then like 25 pounds last year. And a big part of this channel, not only because Lead said you need to do it, is because I really, had a goal of 100 pounds, and I'll probably lose past that, but that was my goal. And I said, I'm going to get this weight off, this last 25 pounds off this year. I'm doing it. And so this coming live to tell the world is kind of like, well, you put it out there now.
This is the super accountability group. YouTube gonna remind you, oh my, that's really gonna be like, but didn't you say it's November, sis? You didn't say. Veggie's loving it. I see you. So many of your scholars are here. Thank y'all for coming over tonight and showing some love. Yes, it is hard being her friend because she's always posting food on IG, says Lisa. I could imagine. Yes, random stuff, says Suzette. Let's go to her house and get our grub on. I love it.
I'll cook for you.
This is fun. Yeah, Suzette, let's see her do some oxtails.
Oxtails. I haven't, most of my meals, and you talked about this, Suzette, most of my meals are like 30 minutes or less because I am that busy mom.
Which is perfect. I think that's a good thing.
And see, here's the thing. It's funny, I make fun of you, have immigrant parents. I have immigrant parents. And so when you all compliment me, it really makes my day because my parents, up until this last Easter, like just this weekend, they weren't subscribed. They were just like, my mom told my dad, Maggie, she's cooking on YouTube. And my dad, oh, Maggie, she's not cooking. She's just opening cans and boxes. And I'm like,
leave it to the immigrant parents to minimize everything you're doing and still be proud of you at the same time. Salute mom and dad for doing that. That's very commonplace. They like, what? She ain't doing nothing. But look at it. And she's really good at it too. Exactly. They proud of you, but they don't want to say it. That's how they get you to overachieve. I love it.
I told her I had a goal of 1,000 subscribers. My mom said when I get to 999, she will be my 1,000th subscriber.
Oh, Lord. She don't want to subscribe before. That's a real immigrant. I love it. Shout out to Ghanaian parents. I love it. There's so many. They withhold, so you give 100% more. Any final tips, Maggie? I'm not gonna let you cook too much more because I think that was a beautiful presentation. Quesadilla, yum, easy. I can definitely do that. I'm going to look for the cassava quesadilla for sure to get rid of that gluten. And the goat's cheese, I think, is a very good switch too. I know it's a little bit more pungent, as you were saying, but I think I like flavor, and I think I'm gonna buy the one that you had on the other night. I'm telling you, I'm watching her, guys, and I'm inspired. I'm like, oh, I should get the pepper jack, and I should try this, like things that you wouldn't even think to buy because you see all this, selection in the store, and you don't know what's gonna taste good. So it's good when she's doing it, so you can kind of, already beat that which is that overwhelm that you get when you're in the store, and then Whole Foods has this whole pretty counter of like 10,000 different brands and you don't know what you're gonna get. I love that. It's almost like America's Test Kitchen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. But you're absolutely right. And I've told my scholars this 3-year journey has been me trying a lot of stuff that doesn't taste good. And I will tell scholars, nope, no, this is not it. But when I do find something that tastes good, that is actually approved for my, list of foods, it's like winner, chicken dinner. So I'm happy, and I told my scholars that, for the first 40 years, I ate the standard American diet, the SAD diet. So I'm just like you all. So for the next 40 years, I'm going to be here coming up with recipes that are foods that you can make for the family with regular ingredients, or you can make for yourself with substituted ingredients if you want to. I am not the food.
No, we got to substitute real quick. Since we have just 5 minutes left, I have been so intrigued by how you are making delightful drinks without heavy sugar added. Many of us in the U.S. and just eating the Western diet gain a lot of weight because we're drinking our calories instead of eating them. Okay, guilty as charged. So when I first tuned in, I think it was like Friday, she had this beautiful drink. And you were talking about these skinny mixes and things like this. I feel like if I see some knowledge, I want to share it. So first of all, y'all should have already went over to her channel and subscribed. But in case you haven't yet and you're catching this, can you just give us the tea on how to make the tea
Ooh,
without extra sugar?
absolutely. So would you like a repeat of the raspberry?
That looks so good.
Okay.
That looks so good. Whatever you want to do, but I know it wasn't no sugar in it, and it was sweet, and your son loved it. So I was just like, well, if a little boy drinks up half her mug of her unsweet or sweet but no sugar tea, it's got to be something to that. And again, I have a little bit. I guess that is where my sweet tooth is. I think of myself as more of a salty, savory person in terms of flavor profile, but I have been drinking as of late way more juice and less water. So I want to substitute the sugary drinks, as you have shown, with something still very tasty, but no sugar. So show the people your magic, Maggie. Show the
Oh,
people your magic.
my scholars have heard this all the time. I'm always talking about beverages and condiments. I can have unlimited unsweet tea on my plan. And so I'm just using the Keurig. They make iced tea unsweetened. They do make a sweetened. I don't get that. I get all of my beverages, my coffees, my teas, everything unsweetened. I sweeten them myself. So you can see here, you're going to brew it hot over ice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the Keurig. Another thing that I always put in my beverages, because my test results showed that I was more acidic and I needed to drink more alkaline water. So I got this on Amazon. Links are on my page too, and I'll get your cassava tortillas there. But they're little drops that turn tap water into alkaline water. You
That's
can buy
amazing.
alkaline water already in the bottle. To me, it's expensive. You can make your own. I put this in teas, coffee, and everything. And now when I drink water, it actually stays around to hydrate me instead of just going through me. So I'm going to fill this up with ice and put this underneath the Keurig, and then I'll show you the special ingredient that makes it fun. And
So
this
it's warm brew, cold brew. So you're putting it on the Keurig to heat up the Lipton unsweetened cap, I would call it, but
pods.
pod. Thank you. And then cold ice with a pitcher underneath it to catch it.
Exactly.
Y'all, I'm learning. This right here gonna change my life right now. If you're liking it, hit the like button, y'all. Share, comment again after the show is over. After the video posts, go back and please comment so other people can see this fantastic YouTuber, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. And she, like I said, she's doing it live, guys. She's telling us as she's doing it. As if y'all want to support, y'all see there's a Cash App for me, as well as a Patreon. I do a lot of personal development here, special guests and shows that are not on YouTube. Go over to my Patreon if you want a little addition of some of the heavy lifting that we do as far as self-improvement. Last few shows, while you're doing that, Maggie, I just got to shout out Sir Hell Speaks, Developing Dad, Dr. Tanisha Allen, Married to the Wrong Person. Go ahead and watch that show from Saturday. That was work, God's work. That was really, really eye-opening. Her interview, Maya August, the previous Saturday. Y'all just go watch the shows. We're doing it for you guys. Again, it's about empowerment, self-awareness, inspiration, and upliftment. That's what you'll find with my content. So whether you get it on YouTube or if you want to go support on Patreon, you are welcome to see what we do over here on the Suzette Speaks channel. But all back to you, Maggie.
All right, I'm just cutting a lemon for a garnish. This is completely optional. I just like to be fancy, so this is, again, completely optional. I'm just making a couple little slices of lemon, one to put in the glass and one to put on the glass. So, and I need to stop gesturing with the knife. That's not a good look. Anyway, so our Keurig is brewing over there. Those of us in the South know that you have to, brew it hot over ice. That's how you make proper sweet tea, and you're supposed to sweeten it while it's hot. Okay, so the secret ingredient, just because I avoid sugar, does not mean that I don't like sweet. So Skinny Mixes has been a lifesaver for me. These are sugar-free, calorie-free syrups. These are kind of like those pump syrups that you would get in your coffee shop. They have all of the flavors. So for example, white chocolate. We're going to be doing raspberry. So think of this as kind of like your grenadine. So you could do the cranberry with sparkling water, citrus, and a splash of vodka. Whew, that'd be a nice nightcap.
Ooh.
So the glass here.
It's a party.
Hey. So we have our tea that we brewed hot over ice. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of lemon in the glass. Then I'm going to do raspberry. You can pick whatever flavor you like, whatever you like. And I'm going to put, you know, about that much. Again, sugar-free and calorie-free. If you want it sweeter, do more, but start with a little bit. You can always add. Then I'm going to put our tea inside and our lemon wedge. I'm just going to cut a little slit in it to put on the glass because I'm fancy, feeling fancy. And we have a nice, refreshing, sugar-free sweet tea.
I can't wait to make that. I can't wait to make that. I haven't tried it yet. I don't have any of the skinny mixes yet. I'm looking for one that's actually stevia, or was it called? Yes, that I don't want the one that's sucralose. I want one that's stevia based. Do you know of a brand that's stevia based?
They have the natural line, monk fruit, and agave.
In the same brand?
Yes. Skinny Syrups has one that's monk fruit. So in my opinion, so just so everybody is aware, because I'm supposed to have stevia too, I'm going to have a sip of your beverage. And yes,
okay.
Don't come at me about the turtles. I am sustainable. But this is a raspberry sweet tea, sugar-free. Whew, so good. Whenever possible, you should, if you're interested, try and find things that are more natural. So monk fruit and stevia come from plants. Sucralose, which is Splenda, and Equal, which is aspartame or aspartame, I don't know. Those come from the laboratory. So again, I'm not the food police, but these are just kind of the things that you learn so that when I do have a choice, I try to go with natural. I will say this, Suzette, the monk fruit ones, you have to pour a little bit more. It's not as sweet, but it gets the job done. So
it's 0 calories with the monk fruit one?
Absolutely.
Same brand as Skinny Mixes?
5 calories. Yes.
Girl, I'm buying that. Thank you for saying that. I was looking at the sucralose one. I didn't really want the sucralose. I'm buying that. Absolutely. Thank you for saying that. Woo, y'all, I'm in business. Mm-hmm. Ooh, cheers. Okay, let me just hold up my cup. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, my tea is almost done. That looks so beautiful. Y'all, imagine sitting down, whether you're with a family, whether you're by yourself, enjoying a beautifully plated, healthy, alternative, wonderfully homemade, clean ingredient meal like she has just prepared. Imagine what we would be like on the inside out, man. This is what it's about. We are what we eat. It is very difficult sometimes. I know, guys, I get busy. I get through my phases of like eating out every single day, which is terrible. Yeah. But it's when you know better, you do better. So just like Maggie is providing this fantastic channel as a resource for each and every one of us, we can go support random stuff that might. Yes, Maggie is fancy. Sweet tea facts. Yes. Some people were asking about, what do you think about squeezed juices or seltzer water? I think she put seltzer or soda water in some of this as a spritzer, the same type of tea, right? Or do you believe in? Go ahead.
So you can do club soda, sparkling water, whatever you like. Just replace it for the tea. So a little bit of ice, a little bit of sparkling water. And then if you want flavor, you can do, I have a cranberry one. So you can do cranberry, sugar-free, a splash of vodka, a slice of lemon over ice and sparkling water. Get a nice little cocktail. So yeah, as far as juices, what I eat, because people always ask, I eat lean protein, some veggies and fruits, the low sugar ones. So I eat, for example, apples, oranges, berries. I know that was on your list, Suzette. Mm-hmm. I don't eat like mango, banana, papaya, pineapple yet, because I'm still in like weight loss mode. So I'm trying to be strict. But when I was in Costa Rica, we had all of that. But yes, I know some people believe in juicing. Some people believe in fasting. Some people believe in, there's so much, and it all works. I support whatever you want to do. You just have to find something that you can continue to
do. Yes, at the end of the day, y'all, because fruit still has sugar. Like she's saying, she's eating the low sugar fruit. Like myself, right now, I can only have berries, maybe some watermelon. And I don't even think any, like, I can't have, I had my last orange last night. I was like, okay, Can't can't eat any more of these. Like it's very important, even if it comes. Yeah, the blueberries I bought, raspberries, blackberries, and
Mhm.
strawberries yesterday, trying to get ready and get my mind right for this. But yeah, no matter what fruit, no matter where the sugar comes from, we just got to realize that when we were in our I want to say prehistoric stages, or when we were not in an what should I say, food industrial complex, a person would find one sweet fruit like a week. Like if you went out in your yard, it wasn't an abundance of like a supermarket shelf full of highly concentrated sweet fruit. No, you'd walk in a garden and you might stumble upon this pretty ruby red, strawberry, or that pretty blueberry every once in a while. It's only that we have this beautiful and yet very dangerous supermarket experience now that everything is at our fingertips during every season. Remember, fruit is seasonal, but now they can grow it in South America just as much as here. So we have it year round. So these
Yep.
things were in cycles and they were available in small quantities. And now, Lord help me, mango season is coming. But I'm gonna just hold on to his word and not get into it. But those things are, again, we have to realize sometimes that because it's accessible, doesn't mean that's always the way we were designed, our
Right.
bodies,
Mhm.
or that it would be, maybe good for us to sometimes take a break and allow our body to kind
Absolutely.
of like gain some stasis again. But Maggie, I salute you. Y'all go over to her channel. She's done a fantastic cook. Not I'm gonna say cook along. I ain't cook along, Maggie, but I just want almost cooked along. Salute to the chat. Thank you for all being here and enjoying. They enjoyed it. This time my mangoes are coming. I know Life of Cash. I don't know why I did a diet during mango season. But yes, great pill. I might after the first 30 days, I might have a. If it, I might. I'm not gonna
Don't
get on that.
deprive yourself. Have a little bit, get it, don't deprive yourself. Have a little,
Mm.
not every
I'm gonna
day.
eat my
Enjoy yourself.
watermelon. But you guys, thanks to all the scholars that's here. We're gonna wrap, guys. I'm gonna try to follow Maggie and just learn from her. If you got no, I already followed her, but like when I say try to follow her on her journey,
Mhm.
because I'm kind of stepping into that for myself in my own life as well. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna be as front and center and as public about it. This is probably the only time y'all hear me talk about this,
I know.
unless I have somebody else who's doing health and wellness. But I was just like, well, she talks about it. I'm gonna be real, and she asked me all the ingredients, and I thank you, sis, for being so, open and willing, and really considering all of my desires. She was just like, well, what are you eating? What are you? Send me your list. All that. I was
Notes
like,
and everything.
you did. I was like, you have to do all that. Just make something nice for the people. And she
Mhm.
went above and beyond. But that's I can tell your personality. So imagine you watching her day in, day out, how much more motivated, how much more inspired you would be to kind of make changes in your own life. That's what it's about. Thank you. Mona D says, thanks, Suzette and Maggie. Amazing stream. Thank you so much for this. Says Seek Amethyst. She was cheering us on from beginning. She was like, I like this combo. Veggie. Thank you. Suzette trying to break down. No, we not. We staying strong. Maggie, they say Ghana reminds me of Jamaica. Yeah, we got a lot of similarities. All the Ghanaians at my undergrad, we were all friends
Oh,
because they had so much in
and I
common.
Jamaica 5 times. I love it.
Yes. Okay. We got. I think some of them same Africans was brought through because we got a amazing tie there. But yes, thank you. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button on your way out. They have more questions than we have time for, y'all. We got to go to bed. But thank you to Maggie, the substitute teacher, for coming on for this late night stream, y'all. I'm gonna drop her down and give her a break. Hold on one second, Maggie. Let me just tell you good night before you sign off completely. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed. This was different. This was very different. I saw her show and I was like, this is a bomb show. I could watch this. She has such talent. I'm gonna let her eat her dinner off camera. She's in the chin to the quesadilla, y'all. I love it. It looks delish and it's motivating for the rest of us to step up and step out and try to do better. Whatever little change, help me, oh God. Whatever little change we can make, less sugar, less sugary drinks for me. Not eating so late, eating more or less sugary fruit, eating more leafy green, anything you can do. More water also for me. I've been not getting I need to buy a new big water jug and kind of start filling it up at the beginning of the day and finishing it. So those things, Rome wasn't built in a day, day at a time. Thank y'all for watching. Hit the like button. Please leave a comment afterwards below the video so more people can watch it. And salute to guest YouTuber Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Y'all see how interesting she is and engaging? That's not a little everyday thing. That's true, charisma, talent. She has a very engaging personality, period. And I don't think you can really fake that. All right. I think my sister really got what it takes. And I'm glad that she said yes to come over here and, build together, right? Build with her. She built with me. So hopefully she'll be back. As RM says, sweet dreams, fam. And Life of Cash, you are absolutely right. Patience, 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 for sure. I'm not going to beat myself up. That's why I'm not going to tell y'all all the stuff I'm doing. But I'm going to just take it a day at a time. So thank you guys for coming over. Shout out to all the scholars from Maggie's channel, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Go over and subscribe. We want to get her to 1,000. We want to get her monetized, and she'll be there before you know it. Great show. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed, Ebony. Anyway, I'm out. Hope you guys are motivated. I'm trying to stay there. All right. Take care. Thank you, Life Cash. Have a nice night, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Kirk Anderson talking about Make Way for the Big Girls, Lizzo, and body positivity tomorrow at 6. And then I'm going to be on Talk with Tori on Thursday at 7 Eastern. Talk with Tori will be my guest on my channel Saturday at 12 noon. Anyway, subscribe, like, and just hit the notification bell so you'll know when I'm on, and you'll know when we got, you like the speakers? Suzette speaks in the speakers. Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay, Fawcett. Okay, Fawcett. I kind of like that. I appreciate it. Yeah, keep it coming, says Sunbreeze. Thank you for being here, my wonderful moderator, RM. You just, y'all, thanks for everybody making this possible tonight. All right. Bye for real. Appreciate you. Thanks to Maggie again for making a special late night appearance on the Suzette Speaks Show. Until next time, guys, I'll see you soon. Have a great night.